2017. I think we're, what, a couple of months into the presidency? See if you can recall this text that you received. Finally, 2 pages away from finishing ATPM. Do you know the president resigns in the end? What is ATPM?
I believe it's a reference to the book, All the President's Men.
All right. Do you recall how you replied?
Generally, I feigned surprise and said something to the effect that we should be so lucky or fortunate.
No, it was lucky. Lucky in what way?
Sir, that he would resign as president.
You wanted him to resign 2 months into his presidency?
Sir, my sense was, in a personal belief, that I was not pleased with the direction and things that were being done with the presidency.
I thought you trusted the American people. I thought that was what you said in August of 2016, that the American people would stop him, and then they didn't stop him, and here we are in March, all of a sudden not trusting the American people anymore.
Sir, I utterly trust the American people. What I worry about is when the government of Russia puts their fingers on the scale and causes the will of the American people to be something other than America elected.
How many indictments have there been of Americans for collusion with Russia?
Sir, I couldn't answer that question.
Sure you could.
Well, when
you worked on the investigation.
When you say that, first, you know full well, sir, collusion is not a crime. I don't know where that term came from, but
well, you're right. It's not. It's not conspiracy, coordination, collusion. A lot of people use those words in the same way. How about we say conspiracy?
Sure.
How many Americans have been indicted for conspiring with Russia to impact the 2016 election?
None, to my knowledge.
Yet.
And we'll be happy to get Mr. Nadler as a witness at next week's hearing if he wants to help you answer that. So you wanted President Trump to resign 2 months into his presidency.
No, sir. I think I read that text as a snarky comment about a book that was being read and a comment made. It is a conversational text exchange. It is not a written expression of a desire for something to occur.
Well, maybe I missed it. Well, help me. God, that we should be so lucky.
Yes, sir, and I think you would accept as a very intelligent, sophisticated man that people frequently speak when they're texting or in conversation. You'll say things that are hyperbole or exaggerations or not literal because that's just the nature of the way
usually Agent Strzok, not when I was supposed to be dispassionately, neutrally investigating someone. I actually did not, but let's go. Let's go. We've already passed the who gives a F. One more AD versus an investigation leading to impeachment. And I think we've already established that there is a school of thought that you can be impeached even if you're not a current office holder. You can be barred from holding office in the future, but you did not engage in any impeachment analysis in your other 2016 investigation with Secretary Clinton. You saved all of that for candidate Trump. So I want to go to another text. You and I both know the odds are nothing. If I thought it was likely, I'd be there, no question. Now, this is the day after Mueller was appointed. When you said be there, are you talking about on his team?
Yes, sir.
I hesitate in part because of my gut sense and concern. There's no big there. So in addition to disappointing the hell out of my Democrat colleagues, that someone who was investigating Russian collusion didn't think there was any there, why would you be concerned? Why would you not be ecstatic that there was no collusion? Why the word concern?
Sir, I don't know what I meant. Concern to me seems like there is a lot going on and a lot presumptive that there may be something like impeachment. But, sir, you got to pick. Which one do you want? I'm either convinced that there's impeachment or I'm convinced what you just read, that there's no there. And the reality, sir, if you look at it, is the fact that I was looking at this with an open mind and saying, I don't know what there is.
Actually, Agent Strzok, of all the universe of options, that's not the one I picked. But of all the universe of options, you looking at something with an open mind is not the one I picked.
But that's the obvious one to conclude from that email.
I'll tell you the one that I picked. The one I picked And it breaks my heart to say this about an agent for an agency that I have tremendous respect for. You as a counterintelligence officer had no interest in participating in a counterintelligence investigation that was not going to lead to impeachment.
No, sir.
That's how I read it.
Mr.
If
Chairman,
I thought it was
Mr. Chairman,
likely,
Mr.
I'd
Chairman,
be there,
you are,
no question.
You are assuming
I
someone
hesitate
else's
in
position.
part.
Chairman, you're coming to conclusions on someone else's viewpoints in the hearing. Allow the witness to respond.
I'm pretty sure it's my time and the gentlelady's not recognized. I hesitate in part because of my gut sense and concern. There's no big there.
Sir, may I
What
respond?
were you concerned wasn't there?
Sir, my concern was not knowing, given these allegations, what existed. Whether on the one hand, there was no criminal activity whatsoever, towards the middle, that there were individuals kind of pursuing their own agendas for their own self-enrichment, or on the far end, that there might be an impeachable offense.
Why wouldn't you want to investigate it?
May I answer your question?
Well, my question is, why would you not want to investigate that?
Sir, I did want to investigate that. That is not what you're reading. What you are reading is my trying to decide what I want to do with the course of my career and whether to stay as a Deputy Assistant Director in the Counterintelligence Division, where I have oversight of a wide variety of threats around the globe, or whether I want to remove myself and go work on something in the Special Counsel's office that is very specific, that is going to take, I don't know how long it was going to take.
Yeah. Well, you're
now,
leaving,
so, sir, but what to your point?
You're leaving out one really important word, Agent Strzok, impeachment.
So
that was
exactly,
in all
so
of your
sir,
text.
Regular order. It's now a minute and a half over. Does it, Mr.
Sorry,
Chairman,
if
do
we
you
may,
get
that
to
one
go
word-
on and on and on as long as
the
you
quicker
want?
I can
The gentleman
go.
is interrupted
point of
40
order.
times
I would
today.
take
Time is
one
up.
big word of impeachment and add 4 big words of no big there. And the reality is, you know full well I said both, and you know why I said both. Why I did that, and what I'm telling you under oath, is that I did not know what existed. I had prejudged nothing. That was all to be determined. And that is a logical way for investigators, attorneys, and everybody else
Starting
to approach an
with the
investigation.
political death penalty and impeachment is not the logical way a neutral, dispassionate...
You know, point of
Mr.
order.
Chairman, we're demanding equal
You're
time
not
for every member of this
testifying
committee.
Jersey is
person here,
recognized.
Mr.
Chairman,
Chairman.
Mr.
And
Chairman.
if you can't control yourself, how do you expect this committee to control itself? You've been out of control since you've been on this committee. Why don't you leave it alone? This is not Benghazi.
The gentlelady from New Jersey is recognized.
You're recognized.